Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the By the Lakeside podcast. My name is Sandy and this is a podcast about my knitting and sewing and whatever else I'm crafting and making here in my home, which is by the lake. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as SANDYRAN. I also have a website which is bythelakeside.com where you can find more information about my project bags that I make that are sold on Etsy, which is Sandy by the Lakeside. And also I have a blog there where I journal a little bit more about some of the creative adventures that happen around here. I'm really excited today. I have finally settled in at home after a few days of working and resting from Rhinebeck. It was last weekend. It was so much fun and it filled me up so much with warm feelings and creativity and inspiration. It was everything I had hoped it would be, and I just wanted to share a little bit about that first. So to start off, I think I am just going to go into my Rhinebeck recap and show you a few things that I was gifted by some good friends, and then also what I picked up shopping at Rhinebeck. So I left home on Thursday morning. After the kids went to school, I said goodbye and jumped in the car all by myself and drove the just over 7-hour trip to Rhinebeck. And it was a lot of fun. It was kind of relaxing and calm, and I listened to some podcasts and music, and I stopped around lunchtime at Target, which was a lot of fun. It's such a treat to get to Target since we don't have it here in Canada anymore. So I had a really nice day, and just when it was starting to feel like it was getting to be a little bit much, I was arriving. So I arrived at our little cabin in the woods and met up with Amber from Maker's Haven and Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady and Angie from Camel City Dye Works. They had gotten there just before me, and we met up and we all had a really nice evening, just kind of chatting and relaxing after our long drives. They had all come together from North Carolina, so they had a little bit of a longer trip, and we were messaging throughout the day, checking in, and it was just so exciting to finally see them in person and see the cabin and just kind of get ready for the next few days of fun. And it really was. I'm so happy I went with them. They were just the perfect roommates for me. We were all pretty like-minded about, getting up early and getting places early and just relaxing and not rushing anywhere. It was just really, really nice. And they're such amazing people. I just adored hanging out with them for a few days. I think I've traveled a lot for work in the past and with friends that I work with. But this was really the first trip that I had ever been on that was like a girls' trip and no kids around. So it was much needed and so amazing, and I loved every minute of it. So on the Thursday night when we all met, we pretty much immediately started to exchange gifts, and I'll share what I got from them. So first, Kay, she gave us these beautiful little pouches. Little Notions pouch that's shaped like a tea bag. It's so cute. I had seen these on her podcast and loved them and favorited the shop, but I'm so happy that I now have one. And I love that there's even a hook here, so you can kind of clip it onto one of your larger bags or put it inside your Notions pouch with just your little stitch markers and things. I just love it. And we all got the same one, so it's kind of nice. Every time I look at this now, I will think of Kay. It is from Random Fandom Bags. They are on Etsy, and I'll put the address on the screen. And she also gave us this beautiful butterfly stitch marker. It's really pretty, and I love purple, so this was such a sweet gift. Thank you, Kay, and I am going to think of her every time that I use it, which is one of the nicest things about these little gifts is their memories. So next I have this beautiful gift from Amber. She made us each one of her patchwork drawstring bags, which I love and I have already, but I know that she doesn't make them for her shop anymore. So I feel very lucky that she made one for us. And it's very October themed and it feels very Rhinebeck to me, so I just love it. And inside was this really sweet pouch of lavender. It smells so nice. Of course, her beautiful knitting jewelry. Very Halloweenish. I love the little ghost. And she hand-dyed this beautiful kit for each of us. And the colors are inspired by the cabin that we stayed in. So she looked at the pictures of the furnishings and just the colors and the landscape outside, I think, and dyed this beautiful colorway that I cannot wait to cast on. It's called A Long Way From Home, which is so appropriate. And I think Kay, the morning after we got this, she wound it up and cast it on right away. And I think she might even be done her socks because she is so fast at knitting and she had a long commute home. So I love this so much. I have been holding off. I didn't want to undo it yet. I've just been kind of enjoying looking at it like this, but I think I'm actually going to wind this up very soon and cast on a sweet little pair of, I think, some shorty socks that will remind me of our trip. So thank you, Kay and Amber. I love those gifts, and like I said, I will think of you guys every time I look at them. Another good friend that I finally got to meet when I was at Rhinebeck another day is Meg from the Wool and Cookies podcast, and she's also Meg's Favorites on Instagram. She is a dear friend, and she and I exchanged a little swap package. She had some yarn that I was dying to get my hands on, and so we did a little swap of some yarn and some other goodies, and she gave me such beautiful gifts. I just wanted to share them. And also she gave us all, for my roommates and me, she gave us a whole bunch of delicious cookies that we gobbled up, and such a sweet thought. I just adore her. So she gave me, along with the cookies and some yarn that I will show you in a minute that I've already wound up and cast on for a new project, she gave me this beautiful kit that you may or may not have seen on Instagram. I love it. It is this gorgeous bag from BUSYBIRDBAGS. You can see her label here. And I just love her bags. She has these beautiful details. This one says socks, and it's got a little cup and saucer here. And I have some of her bags, and this one is really special. It's called the Hig Kit. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'll show you what's inside in a second, but the fabric up here and on the inside is like a cozy brushed flannel. And it really is cozy and makes you just want to kind of cozy up on the couch and knit some socks, which is exactly what I'm going to do with this beautiful yarn from Clark and Elle. And it is called the Hot Cocoa with Peppermint, which is perfect. So I cannot wait to cast these on. I think I'm going to wait a little bit and do it a little bit closer to the holidays. This is a twist sock base. It's 80% merino wool, 20% nylon, 400 yards of a fingering weight, and then the mini is 92 yards. It's just beautiful. This is hand-dyed in Ohio, which is where Clark and Elle is based. And together they did this beautiful kit. I just love it. I think it's amazing. It's got all the little cups of hot cocoa or coffee or tea on the front. And along with that is, of course, a hot chocolate mix for you to enjoy. A nice cup of hot cocoa. So such a beautiful gift and surprise. Thank you so much, Meg. You know that I love it. And Meg caught up to me with another gift later on that she was still putting together for me, which was so sweet. And it's another beautiful BUSYBIRDBAGS bag that I love. I love drawstring bags. This one has beautiful charms on it too. Very holiday inspired. I really love the workmanship on these bags. They're really great. If you like drawstring bags, you should check out Cheryl's shop, which is BUSYBIRDBAGS on Etsy. And Meg went to a bit of trouble tracking down some yarn for me from one of my favorite dyers, which is Scrumptious Pearl, and I don't even think it's available yet, but it probably will be very soon. I messaged Samantha from Scrumptious Pearl, and she said that it would be available soon. Look at that. It is amazing. It is the Stripe Me Up base, and it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and this color is a bushel and a peck. I love it. I cannot wait. I don't know which sock to cast on first. I obviously have a dilemma here. Such nice gifts. And then the last gift that I got was a surprise when I was walking around Rhinebeck on Saturday. I'm so happy I finally got to meet Annie from Knitting It Up. We messaged each other because we knew we would run into each other at some point, but we really wanted to meet, and she gifted me this gorgeous skein of yarn that she has called Rhinebeck 2017. Look at these colors. So pretty. It is on her Hampton base, which is fingering weight. Oh, of course, it's got cashmere in it. That's why it's so nice. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Hand dyed by Annie, who is pretty awesome. She had a baby and started a hand dyeing business this year, and I was so happy to meet her in person. She's based in Montreal. She drove down for the day. Oh, and she also gave me this amazing pin right here. This Craft Queen. This one here. That is from TWILLANDPRINT. I will put their Etsy shop on the screen as well. But look at that gorgeous pin. She gifted it to me because she said that I do so many crafts that it reminded her of me. And it was so thoughtful. Thank you so much, Annie. It was so much fun meeting you. Okay, so that covers some of the gifts I really wanted to share with you. And I think I kind of left off on Thursday night where we just kind of relaxed. It was a long day for everyone driving, so we went to bed early. Oh, we went out for dinner. We had a nice little dinner at kind of an old style diner. It was really cute and it was a bit late. So we had a nice meal and we just relaxed and went back and knit and then went to bed early. And on Friday, we spent the whole morning just kind of sitting around in our pajamas, drinking tea and knitting and getting to know each other and getting ready for the day. It was really, really nice. We had some donuts and just knit. It was kind of perfect. And we got ready to head into town for the Needles Up event, which was one of my favorite things. We lined up a little bit early after walking around the town and having a nice lunch. Did some sightseeing in town, and we were so excited that we started to line up a little bit early and got to meet a whole bunch of people. And I guess I'll just say it now because there's no way that I can name everyone. But thank you so much if you came up to me and introduced yourself. It was such a treat. I don't even have the words to explain what that meant to me. But I guess I do, because I walked up to so many podcasters and people that I've chatted with or watched over the years. And I went up to them to meet them, and it was kind of exciting and really, really fun to meet them in person. And then meeting you guys too, that I don't really know, but you came up and mentioned the podcast. It was just an amazing, amazing weekend for meeting people and just kind of being around knitters. It's really a nice thing, and if you're a knitter, you kind of know what I mean, because knitters just really are the best people. Everyone was so nice, so warm, and it was amazing. Like that, I don't know how else to say. It was just amazing. So Needles Up, so much fun. Lots of exciting things happening there. Lots of fun people walking up and down the line and taking pictures with us. I have lots of pictures on Instagram if you want to see a little bit more of that. We just had a blast, and it was such an organized event. we really appreciated that because although we were waiting, it was really pleasant and we weren't waiting very long. And they were only letting a certain number of people into Needles Up at a time. So it wasn't overcrowded and we had a chance to walk around and look at all of the beautiful stuff that was there. So I'm gonna show you what I got. So I went straight to Legacy Fiber Arts because I have been wanting some of their yarn for some time and seem to always miss it online. So I immediately searched everywhere for Woodland Shenanigans, which is the color I knew I wanted, and I was so happy to get some. It is on the Cozy Toes base, which is a merino cashmere nylon, and it's so beautiful. I'm so happy I got it. It's really warm, but also has this beautiful mint and some pink in there. And along with that, I wanted some minis. So I got the mini skeins in the Autumn Trio, and these are a sparkle base. And really, really pretty. So I don't know if I'll use these in socks. I've been really wanting to do like a mashup sock pattern. I've been seeing a few online. I think I'm gonna have to research which ones, or I might just kind of do a vanilla sock and mix up all of the different colors, but I really love that kind of patchy look of socks. So I love these. I don't know the color names of each of them, but they're on a Stellina base, and I just love them. I think this one, let's see, this one might even be Woodland Shenanigans on a sparkle base, but that's okay because I love it, and they're either gonna go in socks, like I said, or in my Cozy Memories blanket. So that's what I got from Legacy Fiber Arts, and I got to see everyone there, like Chelsea and Sue, and what a blast, what a treat. Then, let's see, I went over to the Sucra Sucra Miniatures booth, and I knew that I wanted this ahead of time, so I just went right in to get my apple cider donut progress keeper. Super cute, and I'm so glad I got it because I didn't actually get a donut at Rhinebeck, so this makes up for it. So I love that. That's kind of my little souvenir, and I'm so happy that I got it. And then I went to the Andre Sue Knits booth and met Andy and picked up this beautiful sock blank. Oh my gosh. You know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna get one, even though I love them. I'm not really a knitter from sock blanks, but when I saw these unicorns and this color, I had to. And I know everyone's been talking about framing it or putting it on a pillow. I think if I have enough, I might actually make a little mini pillow for my craft room out of a piece of this because it's just so beautiful, and I'm amazed. It's a piece of art. So that is from Andre Sue Knits. It's called the My Little Unicorn. It is 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. I love it. So pretty. So that was what I got from the Needles Up event. I kind of regret not getting a bag from the Fat Squirrel. I really loved them and I saw them, but I kind of kept away from that area. It was the first event, and because I make bags, I just thought I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, and at the end of the weekend I realized I should have, and I wish I did. So I might actually check out her Etsy shop or website because her bags were beautiful, and you can always use another bag, right? So that was the Needles Up. Then that evening we went to India Untangled, which was located in like a conference center of a hotel. The dyers there, like the booths there, were phenomenal. They were really, really beautiful. It was really, really busy. If you've watched podcasts with recaps already, I'm sure you've heard quite a bit about it. It was completely packed, a little bit difficult to shop because it was so busy, and I don't really do well with really, really crowded situations like that. So I didn't get into many booths at all. I didn't really get to browse. It was just too crowded, but it was amazing, and I really hope that they will get a bigger venue next time, maybe get some more space, because it was amazing. And I could see if I was there and able to go through more of the booths, I probably would have spent a good part of my budget that night. And I did want to mention, actually, because it's been on social media today and yesterday, that there was a booth there called TUSKENKNITS, and the dyer behind that label is Maria, and she had a really unfortunate thing happen that night. One of the, I think it was an iPad, so she had two kind of checkout stations. One of them didn't process any of the payments. So if you were there at Indie Untangled on Friday night and you did purchase from TUSKENKNITS, it would be really great if you could check out her Instagram, yeah, I think Instagram is the place to kind of read a little bit more about it. And if you could check to make sure that your payment actually was taken, and if it wasn't, you should really contact her to work that out, because it's really devastating. She put a lot of work into it, and her yarn is beautiful, and basically half of the purchases that were made were not processed, and she has no way to get that back. So she's a small business owner, and hopefully if you didn't know about it, this might help someone, if it's even one person that didn't realize. Check out her Instagram, TUSKENKNITS or Tusken Yarn. I'll put it on the screen, and look into that, because it would be great if everyone that their payment didn't go through could reach out to her and make sure that she gets paid for her work. Okay, so moving along to what I purchased that night. The only place I was able to purchase in, I'm really happy about it, it was the Spun Right Round booth. And I've seen her yarns online, and I think when I walked in, I walked right past Wool'n'Vine because it was already completely crowded, and I just couldn't deal with it. And then I kind of made my way around, and I saw the Hue Loco booth, and I kind of got partway in, but then all of a sudden there was a bit of a rush, and it was a little overwhelming. So I thought I would step away and come back and just kind of see what else was there quickly. I wish I had gotten back to the Hue Loco booth, because I would have loved to get some of her yarn, but I will just try to get some online. So I ended up finding the Spun Right Round, and I picked up these two skeins. They're on different bases, but I thought this might make a really pretty shawl. I don't have a pattern in mind, but I was really trying to stay focused with most of my purchases. This one here is the Classic Sock, which is a 100% superwash merino 4-ply, and the color is Kathmandu. And I love this kind of, I don't know if it's like an acidy yellow, but I love it. And then this one here is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway is Which Way to Rhinebeck. And I thought that would be a fun colorway to pick up while there. So that was what I picked up. I did some more roundabouts, kind of saw things from a distance, and then we kind of took a break. We all met up sort of in the lobby and outside, and I noticed that, well, first I thought, well, is this all I'm gonna get? And I was a little disappointed, because I didn't want to leave with only two skeins and feel like I missed out. I didn't want to go back to the other booths because they were crazy by this time, but Kay had this gorgeous skein from Spun Right Round, and it's called the Big Teal Wave, and I thought that would be beautiful to get too. So I went back to get this one. So now I've got these three, love them. And as I was waiting in the pretty busy lineup for this one, I kept staring at the wall, and every once in a while I would ask someone that was in between me and the wall to pass me another one, and I ended up also getting this one, because why not? They're beautiful. And I'm not sure yet, but a lot of people were talking about the Oracle shawl by Kristen at Wool'n'Vine, and I thought that might be interesting. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kay picked up these three, and that was going to be her Oracle, and I thought that is pretty cool for a shawl. So if I find a 3-color shawl, I might do that. But then I also picked up this one at the last minute because I thought that was beautiful. And so I ended up getting 5 skeins, all from Spun Right Round, and I love them. So I'm really happy with those. And I'm going to try not to have any of these just be standalone skeins. I'm really going to try to find a really nice pattern of maybe a shawl for some or most of these. So that was what I picked up at Indie Untangled. Oh, there's one other thing. I really wanted the tote bag. I thought it was really cute. So I picked this up as well. I love the artwork on there. I think it's really cute. And I thought, why not grab another tote bag? So after that, what did we do? We went for pizza. We went to a really nice restaurant and sat down and relaxed and had pizza and went back to our cabin. So we had another early night. We knew we wanted to hit Rhinebeck, the fairgrounds, really early the next day. So yeah, we did really well. We got up early. We went to Rhinebeck. We were actually second in line at the Big Red Barn. We met some amazing people in the lineup. The lady in front of us had known a few of us from our podcasts, and the 2 ladies that were right behind us, we became fast friends with them. They were amazing, and so excited that we met Jenny and Jill, and I hope that I will meet them again because they were amazing and so much fun. They gave us so many tips for when we got in there, and it was just the perfect start to the day. We knew that it was going to be a bit overwhelming. None of us had been there before. We didn't know, we knew there were so many buildings and we had a map, but we didn't really know until we got in what it would be like. We had heard a lot about Miss Babs and Jenny the Potter, those 2 being super, super busy. And we probably wouldn't have gone there if we weren't second in line because we were really one of the first people in. So we went straight to Miss Babs. So I've got my Rhinebeck haul in this beautiful basket that I picked up at Rhinebeck. It's really, really nice. And I had 2 patterns in mind. So I went straight for the YOWZA at Miss Babs, and I found exactly what I wanted right away. So this first one is a navy with these beautiful kind of streaks of a lighter blue in there. This one has more of them in there. It is the Miss Babs YOWZA in the colorway TARDISH. And it's perfect. Just before I went, I found a pattern called the LINNEA tunic. It's not really the best picture to show you, but it's right here. And I discovered a new podcast, which is one of my new favorite things, this podcast. It's Tales from Cuckoo Land, I believe. I hope I'm getting that right. And I love that podcast. I love GAYNA. She is brand new to me. I don't know where I've been, but I love everything that she makes. And she was wearing this tunic in one of her episodes in a beautiful navy. And it's really hard to see here, but there's sort of a moss stitch around the neckline, the hem, and I think all the way down the side. And then it's really just, there's 2 buttons that close it. So I thought that would be really, really nice to wear. And I loved this color. So that is hopefully what that is going to be. I'm gonna make a tunic out of that. And then also just before I left, I was kind of researching what sweaters I might want to make, and I'm probably not gonna cast on for a little bit because I needed a break from sweaters, but I definitely wanted sweaters quantity. So I'm gonna pull up a picture here of this beautiful sweater that I've had in my favorites for a really long time, but I just kind of pulled it out and decided I need to make this. This is called the TOULOUSE sweater. It is, or TOULOUSE pullover, and it's by LEAH B. THIBAULT. You can see down at the bottom. It's this beautiful 3/4 sleeve. It's kind of got like a slouchy sweatshirt look, but with this beautiful tie around the neck. And so I thought that would be the perfect piece for my wardrobe. And I picked up more YOWZA for that. So I picked this beautiful olive green. I almost got a really plain gray, like a heather gray. But since I just had the branches and buds, I decided to go with something a little bit different, and I love it. So I got 3 of these. They're really big. It's the moss colorway in the YOWZA base, and this is a light worsted yarn. It's 100% superwash merino, and each of these are 560 yards. So there's a lot of yardage here, which is why I thought this is the perfect time to pick it up. So I've got 2 for my tunic, and I picked up 3 for the pullover. And that is everything I got. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get a little bit more at Rhinebeck. But after that, we finally ate something. We were a bit hungry, and we started meeting people and running into people and just enjoying our time. And then there was a podcasters meetup at 1 o'clock. So by the time that was done, we were kind of baked. We were really tired. We were a bit, it was kind of like sensory overload. It was so much fun and it was amazing, but we really all got, I think, mostly what we had set out to get. We all got some sweater quantities of yarn and some fun purchases. So I didn't really feel the need to keep shopping. I have been seeing a few things that others have picked up, and I'm kind of sad that I missed. Clara Parks was there. She was doing a signing for a couple of hours. I would have loved to have seen her, and maybe picked up Bristol Ivy's new book as well. I did want some buttons, and I didn't really see any that I liked, but yeah, there were a few other things that I kind of wish, but you know, there's always next time, and it was such a great day that I think next time if I go, I will plan to go back on Sunday morning and maybe just kind of do one more walkthrough and see anything I might have missed. But overall, it was such an amazing experience. I was really happy with everything I got, and so much fun seeing people and meeting new people, and it was just a great time. So if you ever get the chance and you haven't been, I would highly recommend going. I'm really hoping to go back again next year. So that's my Rhinebeck recap. Trip home was great. Everything else was great. It was really sad leaving the girls, and I've been missing them so much ever since. I really missed them this week, but you know, real life has to go on. I came home, I took a day to kind of relax after all the driving, and I did another shop update, which was great. That went today, and for anyone that shopped it, thank you so much. I didn't get a chance to put any of my tote bags in this update. I ran out of some of my favorite fabric to use, and I just kind of ran out of time. So I should have some tote bags and some new stuff coming very soon, and I will keep you posted. But I am just going to kind of go through some of the knitting that I have been working on because I want to share that too. I didn't finish them while I was there, but I did finish a pair of socks. And I love this pair of socks. It's really like rustic, and I just love this opal yarn. I don't know the number, and I think it's very hard to get now because someone had reached out to me about it, but I do have it on my Ravelry page if you are interested in what colorway this is, but it is no longer readily available. But I love it. I had, I think I showed that I cast on the second sock in my last podcast, and I was trying to finish it for Rhinebeck, and I think I was about here, but it was so warm that I didn't even need to wear them. It was really warm. So I just finished the toe, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna give these ones a light block because they are opal and they're a little bit rough, but I think once I wash them, they will smell amazing and they will soften up, and I cannot wait to wear these this holiday season. They're super cozy, and I think they're really, they're such a good color to wear with jeans and with anything. So I finished those, which I'm really happy about. Let's see, I have some new stuff. So in my fringe field bag, I mentioned earlier that my friend Meg and I did a bit of a trade for some yarn. I was showing you before that I really wanted to cast on the 2nd Avenue wrap, a wrap designed by Amy Miller. It's this beautiful 5-color wrap that has different sections of different stripes and patterns. It's really beautiful. I thought it was totally my style and that I would wear it with almost anything. And so Meg had an amazing stash of Plucky Knitter yarns, and she let me she sent me some photos and let me pick out a few colors and came up with the perfect combination. Thank you so much, Meg. I don't know where to get Plucky. I am not that, you know, organized to kind of catch up with their updates. I don't have any, and it's all the Primo, so it's all the cashmere base. This is it. So on the bottom here is a navy. There's this beautiful speckle, like a white and gray. There's a gorgeous gold. Love that color. And then this one was just my favorite. I think this one's called Tiny Bubbles. I'm not too sure of all the colors. I need to kind of sort out all my labels and double check. And I'm probably going to set up a project page for this. And then this one is Urban, just a nice gray. So I have just cast it on. I did the cast on and did the first 2 setup rows. So I'm just about to start on the scallop end. I'm so happy. So now that my shop update went live and I finished all my sewing, this is going to be my project to sit down and relax with. And like I said, I've got it in my fringe field bag that has so many new buttons. That was so much fun collecting over the weekend. From lots of people you probably know. And then my beautiful Craft Queen from TWILLANDPRINT. This is a Knit Club pin that I've had for a long time, and I got this amazing pin from the Grocery Girls while we were there. Love it. So cute. So that is my exciting new cast on, and I cannot wait to get working on that. I did bring the slipper that I had mentioned in the Simple House Slippers from Temple Knits. I did cast it on in my Quince & Co. Osprey, and I've barely done any of that either, but I did start this while I was in the cabin, and I thought these would be really nice for the winter months. So I'm going to continue working on my little house slippers. I love them. This yarn is actually really, really nice. Kind of has this really nice kind of twist to it. And it's really soft. So I'm excited to have a pair in this color. And that is in my Maker's Haven bag. And the last project is just a sock project that I was carrying around Rhinebeck with me, and I did a little bit of work on. And I wanted to also show you, it's in a new bag that I adore. It's really, really precious and different. It is from ROSEBUDANDPENNY. I will put their shop info on the screen. It is reversible, and it's this cute little pouchy kind of, I don't even know, it's just, I don't think there's any fusing or stabilizer in it, which is something I love. And it's just kind of a little sack. So inside is my current sock project, which is a Scrumptious Pearl. This is in Jody from the Grocery Girl colorway. That's what she said. That's what it's called. So I've just been working on self-striping magic loop sock and loving it. So there's that. And I just love it in this bag. It's just the cutest little pouch. So that covers, I think that covers everything. I've got lots of dream knitting, which you've seen it all now. So I'm just going to pace myself and try to focus on a couple of projects at a time. All my other projects have been put into one big basket and set aside, so I'm not stressing over them. And the only other thing I wanted to show you is another beautiful bag that was gifted to me from a friend of mine, Sandra. And she's also donated a bag to my Cozy Hands knit along, which is going on now, and I've been super bad and I did not cast on my project yet. I was going to make the antler mitts, and I actually think I've been completely distracted, and I've decided to do a pair of Toast fingerless gloves by Leslie Friend instead. So I pulled out a yarn for that yesterday, and I'm excited about that. So this is the beautiful bag that my friend Sandra gifted to me. She is FIBREINSANITY. I will put her shop info on the screen. And she does really great small and large drawstring bags. This one is really fall inspired with beautiful polka dot inside. I just threw a yarn in there to test it out. And she has this beautiful oak tree progress keeper. So I love this bag. Thank you so much, Sandra. And Sandra very generously donated one for a prize for my giveaway. So when the Cozy Hands make-along is done, someone will be winning. It's the same size, so a small drawstring bag, and it has a matching needle cozy in there. I forgot to show you mine. So she does needle cozies with her bags, which is great. And so in here, in this beautiful wintry print, is the small bag and a cozy, and then she throws in these really great stickers, which are so much fun. You can put them in a planner or anywhere really, a calendar. And that will be a prize in the make-along, or the knit-along. So yeah, I'm excited to find a little fall project to put into my new bag from FIBREINSANITY. So that covers everything. And then the only thing I wanted to mention as a favorite thing this episode, I already mentioned, and that is GAYNA from the podcast. And I understand GAYNA, when she mentions, why do we call these a podcast? Because I thought podcasts were audio, not visual. But anyways, my new favorite podcast on YouTube is Tales from Cuckoo Land, which is GAYNA. She is so entertaining, so much fun. She has amazing style. I love everything she makes, and I really wish that I lived in England so I could hang out with her and Jules from So Sweet Violet and Amy, the little tailoress. Those are all my English dream friends. Sometimes I think I should have been born in England or live in England because it just seems to suit me. But anyways, you should check her out. She's also CUCKOOB on Instagram, and I'm going to put her info on the screen. So I hope this episode isn't too long, and I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I just had so much fun. It was such an amazing experience. I wanted to share it, and I hope that if you didn't go, it wasn't too much of a bummer, and that maybe you can go next year because it's a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.